Tiger Nation, what's going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's game day, week one, Jack State versus FAMU. Welcome to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club Live. I'm Ken Clark.
Zoe Phillips, man.
Welcome, everybody, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Before we get started, y'all go ahead and let's hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Man, we're back again.
Yes,
Another live. Oh no! Oh, there we go. Somebody who muted me? Don't mute me now. Can y'all hear me now? Morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club Live. Again, I'm not sure if you heard the intro, but again, I'm Ken Clark, Zoe Phillips. We back game one, game two, week one. Jack State versus FAMU. We're in Miami, Florida, over at the Hilton Aventura. Coming to you live from the team hotel, getting ready to talk some football. Boy, it was an active day yesterday, week one in college football all across the nation. We had a good time watching football. Man, we had a lot of games that came on, and the coalition had a rough day. We'll get into it, man. But y'all go ahead and what's up, Terrell? What's good, baby?
Okay.
What's up with you, man? Boom Sessions in the building, man. So we go ahead.
I'm gonna say, look, before we get started, because it is JSU Central show, we want to start the show out the right way.
Okay.
So our condolences, man.
Yes.
To Andrew Lee, man.
Andrew
fellow
Lee,
Callaway Charger, fellow JSU alum,
right.
Fellow Sonic Boom member,
right.
Who actually last event we had at Total 1400 Club was the caterer.
Yeah, he catered the tailgate.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
and well beloved brother, man. Well loved JSU alum, man. And got the news yesterday, and man, just wanted to send our condolences to him, his family, and all the JSU family. So definitely want to start the show. I just want to start in the summer mood, but definitely want to highlight him. With that.
No doubt, man. What we always say is that we tell everybody, man, be intentional about living, live life to the fullest, love hard, forgive fast, and look to God for all things, man. And you never know when your number is going to be called. We were actually riding on the highway when Zoe mentioned it just the other night that had happened. And like I said, our condolences go to the Lee family and Brother Snacks. The whole family, man. We just praying for you guys. Keep you in the prayers, man. And even at the Battle of the Bands, he was honored by the Boom. So
former football player in the Boom.
Absolutely. So definitely want to highlight him, man, and just highlight everyone who has lost a loved one. I mean, it's been a rough year already, man. We're in the month of September, and we've taken a lot of L's just from a family standpoint. But that's the thing about living. At some point, you're going to have to get out of here, man. But like I said, we want to be intentional about living, and that's what we're doing, man. That's why we go all out for I love Jackson State Tigers. It's a labor of love for what we do. Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club, continuing to try to bring this game day live experience and continue to elevate the platform, elevate the brand. So only way we can do that is with your support. And when we ask that you like, we ask that you listen, we ask that you watch, we ask that you share, we ask that you donate. We appreciate all of that, and it is all appreciated. As D. Corsi always say, it all helps the cause. But like I said, man, before we even get into some Jackson State, kind of some pregame stuff, let's do a quick recap. I want to send a shout out to all of the Jackson State Tigers that were playing football yesterday, man.
Yeah, man.
Former JSU Tigers, man. We had a good day yesterday. Good showing.
JSU was all over the college football landscape yesterday.
Hey, I heard Jackson State probably 100 times on TV, all over the internet. I mean, even though, like I said, it's Tiger Talk, but we'll keep it about Jackson State. But it just goes to show that we've had some players that have put that uniform on that have been some top tier talent, man. And we've been blessed to see them come through the 1400 J.R. Lynch and put that uniform on, and many of them got their degrees and went on to other endeavors in their athletic journey. But it was a good day to just kind of sit down, not really do a whole lot of working, because we're gonna be working today. But it's gonna be good to. It was good to just watch yesterday, and I'm gonna start on the D2 ranks. You know, when you look at Kemo Clark, man. You know, Virginia State playing at Virginia State. You had Kemo Clark playing running back. Played at Jack State a little while. Markel Pillar Smiley played a little bit. You had Gaddy with Missouri. You had Kevin Coleman at Louisville. You had Willis Patrick playing at TCU yesterday.
I was going to say, everybody want to mention in the big Colorado game, but they didn't mention that GSU was represented on both sides of the ball. I mean,
both sides,
man.
And now Willis Patrick is an alum of Jackson State. He graduated, got his degree while at Jackson State.
Right guard.
Shiloh Sanders got his degree. Of course, we saw two do his thing. I've been a fan of Shedeur Sanders since he was a freshman at Trinity. So I know the Sanders family went on to the next chapter in their endeavors in his life. And Coach Prime went on to Colorado. They had a good showing yesterday. Like I even tweeted, hey, didn't see that coming, but Travis Hunter is a man. And at the same time, we just wanted to send a quick shout out to everybody, man. We see them, we're gonna show love, and
look, and how about we be remiss to let to put the world on notice and let the world know that hey, I've never ever thrown for this amount of yardage. I was just in the HBCU and I never threw for this amount of yardage.
Hey, put some respect on HBCU football, FCS football. Man, even the D2 ranks, man. We had a couple of D2 teams beat some FCS teams yesterday, and very impressive, man. So that's all we got on that. We just wanted to send a quick shout out to those players who have. Some of them have been on Tiger Talk. Some of them have, if they didn't, they definitely had their uniform on. So we're watching. We're still supporting. It's all love at the end of the day because what we say, once a Tiger, always a Tiger. So now let's get into the 2023 football Tigers. The Tigers that's putting the uniform on. Big game today. Yeah, big game today against FAMU. FAMU obviously was picked to win. Actually, they were picked to win the SWAC this year, right? They coming into this game with the preseason SWAC Offensive Player of the Year, Jeremy Musa at quarterback. I can't remember how many first team All SWAC or second team All SWAC players they had in the preseason poll, but it's going to be a tough out today. FAMU is looking to come in and try to get their first win under Coach Willis Simmons versus Jackson State because he's yet to be able to do that just yet. And since we've been playing in the OBC, we've won both. This is going to be the trilogy, part 3. They're looking to try to revenge those 2 losses. We got different plans for them. You know what I'm saying? It's still JSU by fault in that. But at the same time, we know that they're going to come with it. They revamped their roster. They beefed up their offensive line. Like I said, they bring back many say the best quarterback in the league. We got something to say about that. We think our quarterback is the best quarterback in the league, Jason Brown. But nevertheless, it's going to be a tough game today. Yet at the same time, we wouldn't want it no other way. Good morning. We wouldn't want it any other way. Nothing is given to our Tigers. We're going to take what we want. Remember, like what we say, Zoe, we hunting this season.
Yeah.
We ain't asking for no pill. We want the deck stacked against us. We want the coalition to be against us. For those that don't know who the coalition is, this brother coined that term. I'm gonna let you speak on that one. Then we'll get into some other stuff.
Hey man, the coalition is some other 11 souls that's in this conference. We stand alone, man. We always have in the time, man. So other people say it, but we live it. When we say JSU versus everybody, it's JSU versus everybody, man.
That's the month. I mean, look, that's what we take on, man. That's our motto. That's our theme. We're gonna embody it. I love the temperament of our head coach TC Taylor, man. It's exactly. The TC Taylor era. And even what was cool? Yesterday we had a chance to come in and we was around some of the other JSU alums, some of our fellow 1,400 club members, and even had a chance to talk with Coach. Oh, you good?
I'm okay. Go ahead.
Oh, you good? Go ahead. Okay, good. So yeah, but no, one of the things that was talked about was just the mindset of Coach TC Taylor, how locked in he is, and just how everybody has had pretty much the same thing. Everybody's saying when they seen Coach TC, this is a different TC. I ain't never seen this TC. You know what I'm saying? This is the head coach, the coach, the coach TC, and you can just see he on a mission, man. And I'm telling y'all, man, he's on a mission. And we saw it. We've had a chance to see some glimpses since the season has started, but it just speaks to the mindset of the head coach. And what do we always say? The head coach, the team takes on the mind of the leadership and the head coach. So we expect us to come out first and foremost. Expect us to come out looking good today, man. We're gonna be looking good. got a little surprise today. I think I ain't gonna say a whole lot, but I'm just telling y'all, be in for a treat when you see your Jackson State Tigers hit that field today, because we're gonna be sharp. We're gonna be sharp today.
But in more ways than one. Be surprised when you see them in more ways than one.
Yeah. But no, yeah, shout out to the coalition though, man. They had a rough day yesterday. We was watching because this is what's funny. Like, everybody's so busy watching Jackson State and paying attention to what we're doing. Now, yet last week, everybody had to sit still and watch us play against South Carolina State, a South Carolina State team who actually gave Charlotte everything they can handle and then some. Now, that's an FBS school, by the way. We have to pull up the score. What's the score of the final score of the Charlotte South Carolina State game? So, but my point is because what people wanted to do, though, they wanted to just, instead of talking about what our Jackson State football Tigers did on last week, we wanted to talk. The world wanted those that take this anti-Jackson State approach to everything. They wanted to talk about what South Carolina State was not talk about what Jackson State is and what Jackson State is. So it was 24-3. So we won 37-7. Really, it could have been 37-0, but it speaks to the type of team that we have. But that just goes to show, that team, that was actually a close game pretty much all the way to the end. Towards the end, it was like 17-3 for a minute. Yeah. And I know they started their freshman quarterback. I don't think Corey Fields played in that game.
I know that.
Yeah. I kind of looked at the stats. He didn't register any stats if he did play. So starting a freshman quarterback, it just speaks to the defense. The defense held that team, an FBS team, who just so happened to be starting a former Jackson State quarterback in Jalen Jones. That's what I'm saying. Jackson State was all over the place yesterday. We was all over the place yesterday.
From coast to coast.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, though, the main thing that we noticed yesterday when it comes to the coalition is one to pay attention to how many quarterbacks was out there thinking and dunking.
Ooh. Okay.
The quarterback play was thinking and dunking because last week we had a lot to hear about. Jason Brown, QB1 over here, and the performance that he gave. The amazing performance that he gave.
Mm-hmm.
And then all we heard the rhetoric was, it was easy just think to dunk these things. So Panthers yesterday to a whole lot of thinking and dunking.
But at the end of the day, when you're watching these offenses, man, there's a lot of screen passes. There's a lot of wide receiver screens. There's some short routes. I really don't even get into that side of it. Honestly, if it works, it works. The objective is to get a first down. You got 4 downs to get 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get it, you punt. I don't care if you throw for 3 yards a play. If you throw for 3 yards a play, it's 4th and 1. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the point I'm making is that you can pick and choose what you want to kind of highlight. If the narrative is what this isn't, it's not really that good. So I don't really pay too much attention to that. And one of the things we're gonna do, we have a little fun with it, but we're really not gonna spend too much time talking about the antis, or like you say, the coalition. But let's get into some SWAC real quick. Let's get into some SWAC scores, man. Since it is game day and we get the pleasure of having everybody sit down and once again in week 1 watch us. They had they run on yesterday, but it wasn't a really good day for the SWAC yesterday. It really wasn't. Overall, we'll start with Arkansas Pine Bluff lost to Tulsa 42-7. Grambling had a chance, but they wound up losing 35-31 to Hampton. Tough loss, Mississippi Valley, man. Mississippi Valley lost to Central State. Watched that game pretty much from start to finish by 3. That was tough. That was a tough loss. So that's 3 straight out of conference. Now, we'll say Alabama State and Southern for last, but Alabama A&M obviously lost 47-13. Bethune-Cookman lost 56-14 to Memphis. Alcorn lost 40-14.
That's 6.
And the starting quarterback I don't even think he registered a completed pass. Wow. I think it's Tyler Macon, huh?
They call him Draco, though. That's a gun that shoots.
I don't know about that one. What is that? Oh, okay.
That's a gun that shoots.
Yeah, he was 0 for 5 in passing game. Wow. And obviously the only two SWAC teams that won actually was playing against SWAC schools. So you had Prairie View, who came back. They started off winning and they came back. So I predicted that Prairie View would win that game.
I did too.
So they won in overtime, 37-34. And then you got Southern. I also predicted Alabama State would beat Southern.
I predicted it too.
I did.
I mean, if we keep this going, man, we can get a 1-900 number again. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
So listen, I'm gonna just give a few words of advice. I already know who everybody rooting for today. They are hoping. They hoping though that somehow, some way,
praying. They praying, sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah. That somehow, some way, that FAMU beats Jackson State today, because they know that if Jackson State win today, which we expect to, it's gonna be a rough day for them when we do our reaction at the post game. So tune in today. ESPN 1, not ESPN 2, News or 3 or Plus. We're going to be on the Big Boy channel today. ESPN at 3 p.m. Eastern, live from Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Dolphins, Jackson State versus FAMU. Make sure you guys are hydrated. I think the game time temp today is going to be, 88 degrees. That'll be the peak of the day. Feels pretty good outside. We've been very intentional about hydration today. So even though it's in the 80s, make sure you guys, it's still a humid city, but we should be okay. But make sure you guys are, hydrated and ready to rock and roll, man. So, but yeah, man, they're going to be paying attention. They're going to be watching. I know who you're rooting for, but you just better hope we don't win. They better hope we don't lose, man. I mean, they better hope we don't win, bro, because it's going to be a rough day. So, it'll be a good day, actually. So we go into SWAC play today. This is a conference game. So the winner of this game has determined the East for the past 2 seasons. So this game, the severity of the outcome of potentially the East and who's going to play in the SWAC championship is definitely going to be determined by this game. And let me tell you why I say that, though. And I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but I look at the talent that we have. We know that FAMU has updated their roster. Mm-hmm. It's clear as day that Jackson State and FAMU are the 2 best teams. And I hadn't even seen FAMU play, but I've seen everybody else kind of play on yesterday. I can tell you right now, Jackson State FAMU is going to definitely be the 2 top teams in the SWAC, in my opinion. Now, that doesn't mean that on any given week that a team could slip up and get a dub against someone else, but we working with a full bag, man, today, and it's going to be a really good show, a really good display for the SWAC. So I think the SWAC is hoping that FAMU wins. Here's why: because we've been unblemished in SWAC play for the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. So if we win this game, I think everybody knows outside of Texas State. Now I understand we go to Southern next week. We go to Baton Rouge. That's a hard out. Just from where we're playing, it's a rivalry game. They'll get up for us. We still expect to win that game. But remember, the talk was the first 4 games we was going to probably finish. Yeah. Some people say 0-4. Some people say 1-3. I don't think many did say 0-4 because the narrative was South Carolina State was tough until we beat them. Yeah. It made them look like, Ned in the first reader. But now all of a sudden South Carolina State ain't hitting on nothing. But we're going to see today. So the best shot the SWAC have a chance to win today, in our humble opinion, is FAMU. So we got to go handle business, and that's the expectation for today.
Well, the other part I want to make too is we can't overlook that just last month we're at SWAC Media Day, and when you come out with projection of who's going to win the division, got to make note that Southern lost yesterday. You turn around and lose the next day. So now you're talking about losing to a conference member. With Southern, those are non-conference games, but still that's a member in the East, right? Yeah. So you're talking about supposedly the 2 best teams in each division,
according to the preseason posters,
but both projected division winners losing opening weekend. That's a bad precedent. It's a bad precedent. And then to turn around, Jackson State plays both of those in consecutive weeks. Mm-hmm. So mind you, we handle business today. You looking into next week. I mean, it changes the whole landscape of those projections are wrong. 2 weeks into the season.
Hey, I agree. We do want to add one more player that played in the Jackson State uniform. We forgot one. See, we got so many Jackson State players out here all over the place, scattered about playing. Trevante Rucker, University of Tennessee Martin, caught a touchdown versus Georgia yesterday. That's right. So number 1 team in the nation, Ruck got him a TD, and we happy for it, man. We wish everybody the best whether they're in a JSU uniform or
So
not.
is that to say that we were right when we said it's a new JSU?
This is new JSU.
But hey,
It's a whole different look. We kept some of the players from previous season and added some more talent to it, and I think everybody liked what they see so far.
Hey man, to add to your point about what everybody hopes to see from us today, it's safe to say that I'm gonna use some famous persons, famous words, and that is, and this goes to the I Love family because it doesn't bear it out to the team, but because we're the mouthpiece, not the team. Safe to say, man, don't let our comforts offend your insecurity. I'm just gonna thank you with that.
Oh, I get it though, man. Like I'm a reason with it. I'm all right. I'm a reason with the coalition. I get it, man. Jack State can be we're annoying, bro. Especially when we win. We see this is what they don't like. This is the thing. Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. It ain't many platforms like this, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to knock anyone. I'm saying there are some of the other schools that are trying to do some things. I think Southern's trying to do something. I think Alabama A&M is doing something. You got OG Strike Zone from FAMU, but we have the top crowd. We travel more than anybody. I know some other schools that might feel like it's different, but we do. We had the largest fan base. I mean, largest attended games in all of the SWAC conference. It really the FCS, right? So my point is,
social media presence.
We support in a major way. We support our Jack State Tigers
for sure.
Whether we're 4-8, 8-4, 13-0, 12-0, it's gonna be the same thing. Now, the thing that makes it worse though is when we're winning though. Because we annoying when we losing too. Because we know we gonna talk back. We gonna bust back. We gonna fire back. But when we're winning, and we have been winning the last 2 years. Now, what everybody wants to do is say, "Hey, that was just prime." You know, and we watched Colorado TCU game, and the young lady that was interviewing our previous coach asked him a question. He said, "Hey, what was you most proud about your 2 years at Jack State?" He said, "We brought the light. We shined the light on." He said, "Now it's on us. It's on us to keep that light shining." And that's what we're doing. We're going to continue to highlight, our ties. We're going to continue to support. We're going to continue to donate the way we're going to do everything at a greater level, man, because we want this train to keep rolling. And I think Coach T.C. Taylor has a team and a staff that's in place to keep this thing rolling and to even take it to the next level, because in week 0, we've already done something this year that we haven't done in the past 2 seasons. And that is, number 1, winning in Atlanta. Number 2, beat South Carolina State. So now we're talking about a 3rd trip to Miami, Florida, Orange Blossom Classic, Blue Blossom Classic, to play against FAMU. Now, here's the dilemma that FAMU is in today. If FAMU loses this game, this will be 3 straight losses in their own classic that they are exiting next year. Now, mind you, speaking of the Orange Blossom Classic, Jackson State will be playing in the Orange Blossom Classic next year, so it will officially be the Blue Blossom Classic, because the Orange team, you say peas and carrots, they're not going to be in it no more.
Hey, man, no, well, it is. I mean, to put it bluntly, we squeeze the juice out. Ain't no orange left over there. We squeeze the juice out. Ain't no orange left over there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, we can talk like that. We not playing, man. We just speak what we see. But no, it's like for real. It's tough to be in this situation, because now it's gonna look like not only did we come beat you in your, what's the song? Walk in your trap, take over your trap. We done walked in, we done took over, we kicked you out of it. Oh. Now I understand why I understand the economics behind why they say they're leaving the classic and all that good stuff.
Well,
I understand.
Well, I'm to use a famous person's famous words again. We came in, we kicked your butt, we took what was ours, and we left.
Well, we stayed though. No, we stayed though. No. We actually came into this. We came in and we changed the pictures on the wall, and we redecorated it, and now we sitting in the house. But that's what I'm saying. Just to be more serious about it, it'll be a tough look for them. Now they may try to downplay it, but let's be honest about something. You made up a good point when you said this. Look, this is Coach Willis Simmons. This will be the 3rd time in a row that Coach Willis Simmons would have lost to a first-time head coach at Jackson State. Mm-hmm. For those that don't know, Coach Tony Hughes in 2018, played at Tallahassee. We won that game 18-16 on the
first time head coach.
And obviously, Coach Prime in 2021, first trip to the Orange Blossom Classic, we win 7-6. Yep. And then today, we got Coach T.C. Taylor, first time head coach at Jackson State, and in the Orange Blossom Classic versus FAMU. So it's a lot on the table for them. I happen to think they're gonna play with everything they got in them to try to beat us today, and they're gonna give us a good run for our money.
Yeah, man. Look, it's going to be they're a formidable opponent.
Indeed,
they have some good pieces. But again, just looking at what we have, and we've answered, those questions that everybody had initially. So now all the other ancillary questions that we had going to week 0 or the outside world had, those have been answered. We know who the quarterback is.
Yeah.
We know the pieces that we have.
Right.
You've seen how efficient we were, on offense. First game of the season.
We'll get to that in just a second, Howard.
Look, I tell you what, when you compare, because I have to use a comparison, let's look at I'll just use the 2 conference games from yesterday, right? We won't forget everything else.
Okay.
When you look at both Southern against Alabama State and Texas Southern and
Prairie View. Okay.
You really only had good offensive output in one game, and that was Texas and Prairie View. Basically, there was no defense on either side of the ball. Juxtapose that to go into the Southern game, offense was horrible on both sides of the ball in that game.
Putrid.
And now watch this. You look at JSU last week. Outstanding defense, outstanding offense.
I would say good offense. I would say good offense because I'm going to take the tone of the head coach because we left points on the board.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, just opposed to those two.
Correct.
What I'm getting at. And that's week 0. That's first game of the season. Now, football 101, which we all know, all football teams make their greatest leap from week 1 to week 2. See, now, fam, you have those questions, and you got to answer those questions against a formidable defense.
That's true.
So, and a formidable offense as well. So, we're going to be better equipped. I know that's hard to see, knowing the performance we gave last week.
Yeah.
You're going to see an even greater performance. I expect a more efficient performance, especially with those new gifts we're going to wrap today. You're talking about in this game against FAMU, because, again, they have those questions. So, the tone last week was, we don't really know what we got until the game is played. Well, guess what? That actually applies to FAMU right now. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what they have. They're hoping to see it. But now you're not seeing it against an inferior opponent. You're seeing it against them kings who sit on the throne with 20 straight dubs.
That's right. Today will be, we going for what, 21? 21. I knew he was going to do it. I knew he was going to do it. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. So, Keys, I think Brother Harmon was look, we got Jamie in this thing. What up, Jamie? Offense in there. Oh, my goodness. Hey, this is a good point, Jamie. It was hard to watch, brother. It was hard to watch.
It was
so we sitting there watching the game, and I said, Zoe, if Alabama State get 14, they're going to win this game. Because I'm looking at Southern's go on the first drive, they score, and that was pretty much it out of the field. That was it. So anyway, keys to victory for this game, I think let's go back. Let me scroll back up real quick and see if we can't grab that. We'll get into the keys of victory for this game in particular. Let's see. There we go. You want to take this first? Or we'll take it one at a time.
I'm going to jump on the first. In this game here, because it's a conference game, I don't like to use all the old cliches, even though they're true. But the one cliche that applies to every game, period, it's going to be turnover battle.
That is absolutely correct. We agree totally on that one.
That's first and foremost. That that applies and it's applicable to every game because typically you win a turnover battle, your percentage of winning that game is great.
For example, because Coach Prime, we're gonna go back to that game because we watched the game intently.
TCU head coach. Yeah.
Sonny Dykes at the end of the game. Listen, man, you're in the red zone twice.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Hunter made an amazing interception.
Mm-hmm.
But the young man, the safety in the first quarter, great one. You know what I'm saying? Didn't see it. So that's 14 points right there.
Mm-hmm.
I know they win the game by 3, but when you miss a field goal and you turn the ball over in the red zone twice, now you see what I'm saying? You lose the game. So at the end of the day, guess what? The players on that side made the plays and other players messed up. So to your point, that's football 1-on-1.
Yeah.
And listen, just last night we talked about Southern Alabama State game. They got the ball back.
What a chance to win.
First play, interception.
Mm-hmm.
So it's we already know. I mean, you go back to last year. They turned the ball over. We won the turnover battle. We actually scored twice. Our defense scored twice last year. And it could have been 3 times. Because remember, we fumbled the ball. Juice got loose.
Special team got one too.
Actually, they turned the ball over multiple times. I think they had 4 or 5 turnovers.
4 or 5.
So Herman Smith.
Interception, special teams block, fumble.
Aubrey pick up a fumble, running back for a touchdown. K5 pick 6.
I said the interception.
Okay,
yeah.
So I mean, you win the turnover battle, you pretty much. And I think that's what Coach Willie Simmons was trying to talk about when he said it was self-inflicted.
I hate to do it, but you realize all those points you made, that all this stuff that was self-inflicted. I got to put it down.
That's what I said. I think that's the point he was trying to make, that it was self-inflicted. But this is the thing about somebody saying it's self-inflicted. Usually self-inflicted means you by yourself. If it's the other team aside from you, on the other side from you making it happen, no, that's not self-inflicted. That's imposed. So, I would take the next one. I said the second key to victory for this game is going to be which team can establish the physicality first. So the game is won and lost in the trenches. We already know that. That's another cliche. But what we're talking about a FAMU team that has a really big offensive line. We got the FAMU book right in front of us. We basically went through the roster because, just so we can get a better feel for the players that are starting with the actual OBC roster that's out right now. They bring in Cardell Thomas, transfer in from LSU, 5-star, 4-star, whatever you want to say, playing guard. You bring in, I want to say the kid Grable, transferred in from Jacksonville State. You got the 2 outside offensive linemen. So they have a pretty big offensive line. But we herald the best defensive line in the conference. If not FCS, at least that's what we feel. We stand by it until somebody can prove it otherwise. So now you see their offensive line versus our defensive line. And this is why I say that, because Jeremy Musa is not a mobile quarterback. He's a pro style pocket passer. He's not going to beat you with his legs. I'm not saying he can't run, but that's not his strong point. We want to make him get excited in the pocket. We want to apply some pressure. So that's going to come down from who can establish it. Now, the next thing is, I don't think Coach Willie Simmons is as good as we think or they think Musa is. I do not think that they want to try to beat us with Musa. FAMU wants to run the ball.
There's a lot of
FAMU did not have a really good running game last year, but I want to mention this young man right here because they brought in. I am a big fan. I'm a big fan of big running backs, but Jaquez Yant transferring from Nebraska. Now, he didn't play a whole lot. I mean, he played some in Nebraska. Don't really show a whole lot of stats, but you're talking about a big physical back. They also returned their running back from last year. What's his name? There is Terrell Jennings, and I think they got another running back. So they're going to play 3 backs today. See if I can find that running back name. Okay, Kelvin Dean. He transferred in from Florida Atlantic, 6 foot. He's a redshirt senior. So, I mean, I think they got a really good running back room. So I think FAMU is going to try to control the line of scrimmage and actually establish the run. Now, what that would do for us, though, is that if you establish the run, you're able to wear down the team's defense and control the clock. You keep our offense on the sideline. So I think the second key to the game is which team, right? Because they also talk about their D-line, but our offensive line played pretty well last year and minimized what we thought was the best defensive line in the MEAC, right?
I stopped from to get that, though. That's one thing that I would tell our fans and anybody watching this game to pay attention to. In the construct of the game, typically you're talking about an O-line versus a D-line.
Yep.
And offense that they run, straight drop backs and getting sacks. But you have to understand, our offensive scheme actually helps to negate pass rush.
It does. It does.
So, that's one thing that, we really, really aren't worried about with what we're trying to do. But I'll say this, and Jason Brown Sr. actually mentioned it. It actually applies even more so this game than what it did last week, especially since we saw it, and that is we go 3 and out. The thing is, we're the worst team to play if we get a lead.
That's true.
Because
that's true.
If we get a lead and then we happen to get if we happen to even get about 10, it's going to be hard for you to stay in what it is that you want to do. Because if we get up 2 touchdowns, with the way that we are going to play on offense, plus having time of possession, plus mind you, we're going fast.
Yeah,
we're actually, it's a double-edged sword. We couldn't be with both ways. We're killing you with 1,000 paper cuts, and we're stabbing you one big jug at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So we can get time of possession, but then we're wearing your defensive line out with our warp speed offense. And let me tell you, you guys haven't seen anything yet with the warp speed. We didn't run it a whole ton last week. You saw just a little bit of it.
So to your point, though, talking to some other Jackson State supporters that are here this weekend, one of the things they mentioned about Coach Maurice Harris that we did see last week was he didn't get away from what was working. How many times have we watched the game and we was like, why'd y'all, like, it was working, like, why'd you go away from it? So he didn't have an arrogant coaching style last week. It worked. We're gonna keep running it. Now, I do think once we got comfortable, we started going a little vanilla intentionally. You know what I'm saying? Trying to test out some things. Because I think this week you're definitely going to see some things you did not see last week. And obviously they knew that FAMU was looking. So once you get this game in hand, you kind of scale back a little bit. You don't have to pull everything out because you know you're going to need that next week. And we know that they're scouting, right? So I think the offense coordinator did a really good job. And I think like I said, we got a really good game plan going in, especially from some of the stuff that we've actually had a chance to hear today. I think you're going to see a much more aggressive defense. It's going to be good to see a certain person on the field this today. You know what I'm saying? We'll let y'all figure out who that is when the game starts. But it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a fun game. But I think when you go back to it, we're going to try to do the same thing, though. Now, to your point, playing from behind, I do think they do have the quarterback that can get it done if we're not making sure that we're playing assignment, tough, physical assignment, disciplined football. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to disrespect the arm of Jeremy Musa. I did go back and watch. I watched 3 of their games. I watched the Florida Classic. I watched the Southern FAMU game, and I watched the Valley FAMU game. And you saw something different in all 3 games. But one thing that is consistent is no. It wasn't the Valley game. It was the Alabama State game that they wound up. They actually could have lost that game. They wound up winning, I think, by a blocked field goal or something like that. Yeah. So, but no, the team is definitely beatable. We beat them, obviously. But at the same time, like to your point, they haven't seen in the game situation what we've already seen. A lot of new pieces. You can bring in 16, 17 FBS transfers, but they still got to come together, though. You see what I'm saying? So some portal transfers could be gold for you, and some of them can be duds. You see what I'm saying?
The other point I want to add too is that you can't simulate the way we do up tempo at practice.
That's a good point.
You can't simulate. There are some other because it's not a. Let me just say this, because I know some people say, "Oh, well, it's not the fact that it's a hurry up offense."
Right,
because we can actually go even super warp speed, and bear in mind, and we saw this quite a bit in the Colorado game yesterday.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying, with the illegal substitutions, because remember we got about 5 of those.
Yeah,
and it's not even just that, but let me tell you, it's more to it than sitting there saying we just heard the run to the line of scrimmage and get a playoff. Like I said, you can't simulate what Jackson State's going to do. This is not fandom when I say that.
Okay.
And when you guys see a good portion of it in the game today, I'm telling you, it's going to be a thorn in a lot of it's going to be a thorn in their side. You know what I'm saying, today, and because also it's not a constant thing. And but again, I can tell you when we do it, we speak of depth. I tell people all the time, and I have to say this because it kind of echoes something that Shedeur said yesterday, right?
Okay.
We don't. I've lived by this. We don't get into names. We get into production. Telling me somebody's name, it means nothing to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we get into, we got depth. I'm like, do you really? Depth is not, I got a body here. You just got a jag. That's just a body there. That's just a guy.
Yeah.
Just a guy. Body in the position.
Right.
If it ain't producing, what is it really? Is it depth? You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, I mean, because the numbers going to tell it this what it is.
And then when talking about depth, talking about quality depth.
That's what I'm saying.
Talking about the more you go into your roster, is there a drop off?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's what we speak to. Like last week, we played 8 defensive tackle. We played 8 D tackle last week, and production was there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not just saying, we got depth so and so. Man, if they're not producing, what are we talking about? So to bring that back to the forefront of this game, you know, that's the difference. Because again, the thing we're talking about depth, that's why I said this. When we go warp speed, it negates your depth. They can't get on the field.
That's true.
So you see what I'm saying? So you wearing a good segment of it out anyway.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. You can't. I'm telling you, you can't simulate this. I'm telling you, it's and that's just on the warp speed portion of it. There are other things that we're going to do from an offensive standpoint. Like I said, even when you got a vicious pass rush, there are things we do schematically, not even under normal tempo, that from a play calling standpoint, that negates pass rush. And that's what we're gonna make the defense very, very uncomfortable.
One second, real quick. I saw some folks shouting out somebody in the chat that might need to get a blessing this morning. It is Sunday, so let's see if we can. I do got a few more tickets left over. You know what I'm saying? Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can see what we're working with up in here. Yeah, I'm gonna get back focused on what we got going on. I'll tell you like this right here, Corey. If you see any trolls in the chat, just go ahead and zap them. I ain't gonna try to look for it today. But anywho, quick question. I'm trying to find. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a little distracted. Yeah. Huh? So what?
All right, go ahead.
That's all good. No, we good. Anyway, let's keep rolling. So, quick question for you though, Coach Simmons. If you take an L today, what's that do for his position at fan? I'm not saying he's on the hot seat, but I think it and we asked this question during the lives throughout the week, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday night lives and whatnot. Is this a must win for him?
Very much so.
Okay.
Not only is it a must win for him, that seat one was on one. It's on. after that game, I don't care what nobody says. After that game, that seat warmer is on one. You know what I'm saying? You got to click it twice to get it where it's like you got to get up out this seat. Man, I don't know about you, but it's warm and humid out here. I don't want to have no seat warmer on in this kind of weather. But I'm telling you, losing this game, and not only that, you can actually take it to two where it's on with how you lose.
That's a good point.
I'm telling you, it matters. Look, we're gonna pull the curtain back. Look, man, everybody in their mama knows. Everybody in the coalition gave us a coupon because they pretty much they just tucked it in. And it's Deion Sanders. We got recruited. You lost Deion Sanders.
Hey, Jay, what's up, Jarrell? That's my.
What's going on?
Hey, now this fella right here is one. That's the fella I was telling you about, Jarrell Jones, one of the best point guards to ever play at Callaway.
Okay,
that's my junior college teammate. We won a state championship in junior college playing basketball at Holmes Community College. Won the first state championship in 50 years, man. So that's my guy there, man. What's up?
Too.
Yeah. What's happening, bro? What's up with you, baby?
The thing is, though, man, how you lose? Because again, we know everybody took it in. It was like, hey, this is Deion Sanders. He got superior talent. Ain't nobody gonna beat him. Because we know the temperature of the room, specifically when it comes to peas and carrots, is, well, we're gonna give it up because they got Deion Sanders. You're supposed to win. So now now hashtag Deion is gone.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
New JSU.
You should be losing
to
anybody. So that's why I say just the loss alone is going to do something. But if we come out there, I'm not saying 59-3, but let's say we go out here 44-0 or 44-7, and it ain't. I'm telling you that the seat warmer going to be on twice. It's going to be on two.
I don't think you get fired or anything like that.
No, I'm not saying
no. I know you're not. No. I think because here's the thing. I looked at their schedule, bro, and their schedule is actually pretty. I mean, they got South Florida, I think, next week, and then they got two D2 teams. I mean, when you look at the rest of the schedule, I mean, maybe they take the FBS loss, and maybe they take another conference loss. We don't know, but the schedule is favorable. but they got to get past this juggernaut today. But if they lose today, I think it'll be pretty much very similar to what we saw the past 2 seasons. Probably won't be an FCS berth unless they win against South Florida. They would have to probably finish the season with 10-1, with us being the only loss where they can look at potential playoff berth. But again, I know they're going all in on this game today.
Oh, okay, Super Bowl.
They got to win it. They got to win it. So I'm gonna say it this way. Now, this is what I've been saying. You can't make Jackson State. So we're not the favorite to win the SWAC this year, according to the experts, right? Mm-hmm. But what I saw is some people trying to create these built-in excuses for FAMU. So you can't play both sides of this. Either FAMU is who you say they are. So if we win the game, we should have some house. It should be house money, right? You see what I'm saying? Because what I'm trying to figure out is that I don't want to see the wiggle out. We win the game. I don't want to see y'all do. I just want to see how are you going to try to spin this the way you did South Carolina State last week? And will this be the week that the coalition and the super fans actually give Jackson State the credit?
Never. Never. Understand. We had
nobody. I don't think any one of us, we wouldn't get rid of Willie Simmons. No, not at all.
No,
we're not saying he would actually lose his job or anything. I just would say I'm asking more so for legacy and just kind of what FAMU would probably say. I think what Brother Campbell said this week was that, you know what, it would just be he's a good coach. He just didn't beat Jack State. You know what I'm saying? Can't win the East because he couldn't get past Jack State. I think that's what it would be.
Hey man, that sounds good what you said.
I like it too, you know. But anywho, go ahead.
No, again, no. That type of record. And especially within his first you're talking about 3 years in a row, if he actually go that way. I mean, that's almost uncharted territory for a lot of coaches. Even in
D. Bell says I'm sorry, I mean cut you off. OCDC changes if he lose today. I thought they did. Didn't they change the DC? They just changed the DC though. No, I think maybe this is the same DC.
Same DC.
Okay.
I think it's the same OC too. Plus, Willie helps on
So it'll be more of the some staff changes. I got you. Okay.
No. But we never said that he's going to be out of there.
I mean, nobody. Listen, we're not finna keep addressing that. Didn't nobody say that Willie Simmons is going to be fired if he lost? We ain't got to keep addressing that.
We're just saying.
If you heard that, then you need to address that yourself. We have nobody said that Willie Simmons is losing his job. I said, what does that mean today? What happens if he loses?
What's the
today?
temperature in the room?
Yeah, like what happens? Like what does that look like?
That seat gonna be warm.
Because we know what we gonna say on the internet. We know what we gonna do. We know what I'm pretty sure the family rallies. I mean, you start off 0-1. Now you go to South Florida with potential start off 0-2. It's not gonna look good for you.
No, but you gotta say you gotta cut this.
Go ahead.
0-1 for 3 in a row.
Yeah.
3 in a row to the same team.
Well, I mean, it started 0-2 last year and finished with 9 straight wins. So they lost to North Carolina, then they lost to Jackson State. They lost to Jackson State, and
worse than North Carolina.
Oh, without question. But you know what, though, and this is something that I think that that I don't even really think that needs to be. And Shador kind of mentioned to it yesterday. From a skill standpoint, FCS and the SWAC it can be on par. I think the thing that we are on par when it comes to that. The only thing that has failed in the past few years is quarterback play and trench play.
Sure.
If you can get the big boys right, you get a good solid quarterback, you got a chance to win a lot of games. For example, we look down the road, we got Texas State, third game or fourth game? Fourth game. And Texas State, you get a TJ Finley transfers from Auburn, goes to Texas State, and literally dismantled Baylor yesterday.
On the road.
Won convincingly. So that Texas State team, Texas State gonna be tough. I don't want to hear nothing about last year because this team got what? I think they said 60-something transfers came in.
Sound like Jackson State. Okay. Look, you just brought up a great point.
What's that?
You mentioned we talk about talent and swag, right? It's always been there. Skill players, running backs, tight ends, is all there. Quarterback play, trench play.
Yeah.
All right. Well, coincidentally, who had the best quarterback the previous 2 years in the conference?
Jackson State, without
Okay,
question.
now, and we did what we did, right?
Yeah.
So coincidentally, it's safe to say, to add a little tidbit to it, that I'm almost certain that when we win today, or I'll go along, if we were to win, I think it's going to prove that we have the best quarterback in the conference.
Oh yeah, this is the quarterback battle of the season, bro.
I mean,
Without question. Ain't no getting around it. The only way, so for example, we talked about two played yesterday. But guess what? He got a matchup coming up this week with the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Caleb Williams at USC.
Later on in the season.
Later on this season. I said he got that coming up.
Yeah.
So today is the Jeremy Musa versus Jason Brown show. And we're going to find out today, because there ain't no other quarterback in the conference that's better than these two.
No.
Alcorn, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
No,
you can't add yourself to the conversation until you get a completion. That's a barometer. You cannot get added to the conversation until you get one completion. Just watch.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to hear it, man.
Hey, man.
These are the two best quarterbacks in the conference, hands down. It ain't even close. So let's not even play around with it. I don't want to hear don't mention no other team. Southern, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That was, now I will say this though. Miles Crawley did look good at Grambling, but it was tough because I don't know. I didn't watch the whole game. Hampton did their thing, so it could be a defensive thing. I don't think he turned the ball over. I think he had some really good numbers, but I'm not going to put Miles in that conversation just yet because he didn't win the game. You see what I'm saying? But I'll put him at I'm trying to think who else is out there. Andrew Body, 3 interceptions yesterday, took an L.
He losing body parts.
I'm just saying, when you look at the conference, you look at who's in the conference, you look at who in the East. Maldonado, Valley swapped out multiple quarterbacks yesterday. Alabama State, D. Davis had it from a statistical standpoint, but no, not really there as a quarterback.
They can't convert.
What's going on there? What's happening? We got a few Tigers in the room. You good. But no, so you what's happening, big dog? So you go through the rest of the Alabama A&M, Xavier Langford. I wouldn't make not an elite quarterback. Let's just be serious about that. Bethune-Cookman, no. Prairie View, Trezon Conley. He did okay. He did pretty good.
But again, I have to give a disclaimer for Conley because Conley isn't asked to do what every other quarterback in the country is asked to do.
That's true. So I would just say the top 3 quarterbacks right now will be Jason Brown, Jeremy Musa, and Crawley. I can't see anybody else. I'm sorry, I can't. And so today is the day. We're gonna see who do what. Now let me say this: we played in the Celebration Bowl because I do want to shout out North Carolina Central because North Carolina Central did beat us. Now, my question yesterday was, okay, North Carolina Central beat us. That team was loaded. Now, the offense had a great game. Now, I know we were down 6 defensive linemen. Now, Gaddy didn't play. We had multiple players enter the portal. You know what I'm saying? True Thompson didn't make the trip. It was what it was. We were thin on the D-line, so they ran the ball down our throat. And you know who looked good? Get his name just that quick. Quarterback from North Carolina Central. Davis Richard. So, my point is, you see 2 good quarterbacks duel it out, and it was a straight shootout. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, that could happen today. We don't know, but we will. Usually it's determined on the field, man. So,
and I had to mention Pine Bluff quarterback before he got hurt. He actually looked pretty.
He looked solid. You can make him fold. I mean, either or. My point is, today is the day where we see, I think it'll be clear who will be the best quarterback, depending on how they play. You know what I'm saying? We look at the QBR, we look at the stats, and we'll look at the impact. Now, FAMU's defense is supposed to be pretty good. We know our defense is going to be stout. So they're going to both get a chance to see what they can do against the 2 top defenses. Can we say that FAMU and Jack State got the 2 top defenses in the conference? Even though we haven't seen FAMU, arguably we can say that, right? Coming off last year, they added some pieces. They got some returning all SWAC players on that side of the football. So hey, it's going to be a straight slugfest today. But we're going to see who come out with the win. We're going to see who looks the part, and then we can come back at the end of the day and we can talk about it.
I tell you what, they're supposed to be a more. We're gonna put their name to the test.
Yeah,
today.
I agree. Let's go to the chat, man. Any questions y'all got, man? We're an hour in. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. That's right, Brother Dabney. It is game day. No, South Carolina State didn't play their number one quarterback. They played the true freshman. The Pine Bluff quarterback looked good. Yes, he did. He actually did. I forgot his name again, but I like the kid. I actually liked him a lot.
I actually like some of what they did on offense too.
Pine Bluff showed something.
They did.
They showed they showed that they weren't scared to play with Tulsa. Tulsa wound up separating. But for the first part of the game, it was actually a close game. Pine Bluff struck first, and Tulsa it took them a minute to score, but once they got rolling, it said, how many yards did South Carolina State have against Charlotte? Let's go to ESPN and see. Go ahead, I can pull it up right now.
You go ahead. Let's see here.
Let's see. I'll tell you in just a second, Vic. 1 second.
I'm actually going through it right 1 second. Yeah.
So South Carolina State versus Charlotte. There we go.
Yeah,
so they won 24-3. We'll go to the box score real quick. So they had a total of they didn't do well. So receiving, they only had 59 passing yards. Like I said, it's a true freshman play. He was 6 for 17. So the quarterback play was pretty bad. They rushed for 109. They rushed for 109 and they passed for 59. So they literally only that was brutal there. 168 total. So it wasn't good at all. Ken, I want to donate. Where's the link? We'll drop that real quick. You can go ahead and donate to that channel. So for anyone that do want to donate, you can go to Tiger. Brother, I got it. No. I think that was me and Corey was battling it out just then. So yeah, go to look at the ticker at the bottom if anyone do want to donate. Now listen, I do want to shout out y'all, man. Last week, folks were talking about the lighting. We addressed that. I'm pretty sure y'all can see. We addressed the microphones. We decided to do a different route. So all donations are greatly appreciated. We take everything you give to us and we put it right back into the platform. Got a cool tripod sitting right here, new light in front of us. We got 2 amazing lights right here. So I'm pretty sure y'all can see us loud and clear now. I mean, not loud and clear. I mean, you can see us pretty clear today. So appreciate all the donations. Continue to donate. If you guys love to support the platform, it all helps the cause, travel expenses, equipment, you name it, we're able to do it. So we appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Chris, for the donation that you were seeing. And anyone else that decides to donate. Any other questions anybody got? We got about a good 30 minutes left.
They're already asking what was the score be for today.
Oh, we're going to get to that. I guess we can go ahead. I done said it before. I got my score being 41-24. Jackson State by 17. I'm sticking with my 40-point score. I know you said that, I know you can explain your own score, but I'm going to budge a little bit today because I do believe that, FAMU would probably put some points on the board today. That's just my opinion. But I do feel like we separate toward the end. I think it'll be a really good game, and it's probably not going to look like either one of the past 2 seasons.
I got this at 35-10.
35-10. Okay.
Because until I see any team get 2 touchdowns, I'm not giving it to you. You got to hurt it. 35-10.
Shut up and bump. Yes, the game is on ESPN at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. 3 p.m. on ESPN 1. Go to the DVR right now, set the record button. Yeah, go ahead and make sure you got that up and rolling. Somebody put, my goodness, scam you. Somebody put 69-6. Sheesh.
And you know what? Being that we're going to beat them this time, it'll be the 3rd time in Miami we can officially say, psych. Psych again.
He said, I don't care what Kobe said. I want to hear Texas. Yes, indeed, man. So any other questions you guys got, man? Yeah, we've been talking about this all week. But yeah, I think the last key to victory that I had, man, I think we only did 2 of them. So keys to victory. My third one, which I talked about on Friday night, was I think time of possession is going to matter. I think which team can sustain drives and get critical 3rd downs. Like the thing I'm going to be looking for today, though, is first downs. And first downs is what sustains drives. You know, I don't think you're going to see a lot of big plays. Maybe you do, maybe we won't. But I think it may be a defensive battle like 21, or it could be an all-out knockdown, drag out. You know, go for the gusto like 22. But I think the first down is the time of possession, because I'm not sure. I think FAMU plays pretty fast. You know what I mean? So I mean, you're looking at who's going to have the ball the longest, who sustains the most drives, and who's able to get the most first downs, you know, and that's going to determine, because the more chances you have to get the ball, the more opportunities you have to score. So, and if you're sustaining drives, you know, it's like I said, 88 degrees temp on the field. It's going to be a lot warmer. It might be 95 to 99, possibly 100 degrees on the field. Will you see some cramping? You know what I'm saying? Will you see, like, what will you see as the game go on? So I think when you get towards the second half of the game, that's when those types of things start showing up. That's when start seeing the mistakes made and stuff like that.
Your first point, I'm gonna juxtapose yours by this. I really feel the biggest thing on the third point for me is that we got to cut the head off the snake, and that is third down. And the reason why I say that is, if we pretty much take Moose away in this game, like we did last year, because the key to any defense is to make anybody one-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? And
correct.
Cut the head off the snake. If we render Musa ineffective, that's going to be key. And that's why I say third down, because getting them off the field on defense.
Yeah.
That's the thing. On both sides of the ball. Getting them off the field on third down, that's going to benefit us when we do on offense.
Mm-hmm.
That's your point about time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
But then also the second point is, you know, on offense, remember, that's the growth we want to see from last week's game on the third down, you know, success rate. You know what I'm saying? Have a better percentage on third down.
Right.
Success. Getting better on that for this game.
Yeah.
That's juxtaposing that on the first downs. Because the key, I will say, to our thing on offense, and that aspect what you mentioned about time of possession, is going to be, and I've said this before the season, first down is key for JSU, because if we get first down, we're going to kill you.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day for you.
If we're getting first down, we're going to literally kill you. Because that factor in, we hadn't even done warp speed yet. And then, so you factor in when we start doing warp speed, getting first down is going to literally kill you, because we're destroying your defense. You can't stop, and even if you do, we're going to win them out too. And then you add this heat and humidity. Also,
4 hours to kickoff? No, it's not 4 hours to kickoff, is it?
I have to add this point.
No, more like 5.5 hours.
When you look at
no, it is 4.5. I'm sorry, 4.5. I said 3.
I have to add, when you look at
4.5.
The temperature being here in Florida, for one of the few times the humidity and the heat is worse in Mississippi, and has been for the past week and a half that they've been practicing in to get ready. You know what I'm saying, for the humidity here.
I agree.
So, you know, that's one thing that may actually.
I think it definitely won't. It won't be as hot as it is back home. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Somebody asked a question. Some good questions, man. Let's try to get a couple of those. Any uniform surprises today? You'll have to see at kickoff. I think you'll like what you see. We'll leave that right there. My dog TD got some rest since Friday. Yeah, he did. That 10-2 high. How would the South Florida Heat be a factor into the game? We just touched on that. At kickoff, it's projected to be 88 degrees, but the humidity will be over 50%. So, I mean, on the field, you're looking at probably we are on the sun side this year, so you might see, you know, somewhere close to triple digits. Yeah, we got our fans on. We'll have the fans on the sideline to keep the team will be definitely be hydrated. So, any players to watch for Jack State that we did see last week? I'll let you start with that one first. That's a good question, actually.
What was that?
Any players that to watch for that we didn't see last week? I would assume that they're asking any players that may jump out that may have a better performance than they did last week. I got one on defense and offense that I think is going to have a good day.
I tell you what, they didn't jump out last week on offense this week. I'm going to say, well, I can say it because he scored. I was going to say Andre Hunt, but I'm going to say Kobe Paul.
Oh,
Kobe Paul. I'm going to say Kobe Paul on offense.
Kobe Paul did a really good job of blocking last. I mean, the stats didn't show that, but when you look at a lot of those scoring plays or the big plays, and Kobe was in the game, you saw him blocking. The wide receivers did a phenomenal job blocking down the field, man. So Played
So
really.
I'll say Kobe Paul, and then on defense, I just got a funny feeling, man. This game, we're gonna really see something from Solomon.
Okay. Solomon Rogers, safety. I'm gonna start with defense. I think the player I think is gonna have a big game today is gonna be Alan Walker, linebacker.
Recall.
Yeah, I think Alan Walker is gonna have a good game today. Look for number 0 on defense. I expect him to have a really good game. It's just my opinion. I think they're going to try to establish the run. So linebacker play is going to be. We saw Peppers ball out last week. JJ obviously, but I think Alan Walker is going to be a good game for him today. On offense. I'll stay with I think a player that might have a good game. He scored last year. I'm gonna say Hayden Hagler.
That's a great call too.
Say Hayden Hagler. I know we saw Jency, we saw DJ. I'm gonna stick with the tight end room. I'm gonna say Hayden Hagler. He scored in against FAMU on a nice little. I think you might see him pop up. That's pretty cool to have 3 really good tight ends. In a very critical position. But if you say, okay, maybe he don't get the reps, I can't really say who the backup. I can't really say the running back room because we've always talked about the running back room. But I'll say Hayden Hagler. I'll leave it right there.
That's a good call.
Let's see what else we got. Okay, he said the safety play is what I'm watching for. How will JSU adjust if needs be? I think we got really good safety play. What they say is Petty, Solomon Rogers, as you just mentioned, B.J. Washington.
We didn't even mention B.J. Washington.
No, we didn't. I'm just yeah. I think we're gonna be. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine in the safety position. I'm gonna leave another name off because I'll just leave it alone. Y'all see during game day. Game time. So I think we're gonna be just fine at safety. We're gonna be just fine at safety. Oh. So let's see. Who will have a big day? Who will have a big day? Let's do offensive defense. Big day for offensive defense.
Big day on offense, obviously, will be okay. We're gonna let's make it more interesting.
Okay, all right.
We're gonna keep the quarterback off.
All right, no quarterbacks.
All
okay,
right, no quarterback. Keep the quarterback.
Okay.
All right. So big day today. Man, listen, I got to stay with nephew, dog.
Oh,
Jency Riley. Jency Riley.
Jency Riley have a big game today, huh? Okay, I'm with you.
Jency Riley on offense. Big play, Jency.
Okay. You want to go defense next, or you want me to go offense?
Go ahead, go off.
I'm going to go Irv Mulligan. I think Irv Mulligan going to eat today.
High five.
I think Irv Mulligan going to eat today, bro. Irv Mulligan, big game today. I think he clips another 100-yard game.
He gonna do what he said he came down here to do.
He gonna do what he said he came to do, and I even think you're gonna see him make an impact in the passing game. You know, so I expect Irv Mulligan to have a huge game today. Yeah. Go ahead. Defense.
Man, you know what? I gotta stand on this.
Go ahead.
Look, I mean this, man, with my whole entire being. Jeremiah Williams.
I like that.
He's gonna have himself a day today.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Jeremiah Williams is going to wear a particular old lineman out today.
Jay gonna put him in there, right?
I'm undersized, height and weight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In comparison to the opposition.
Okay.
But I'm telling you right now, Jeremiah Williams is gonna dog walk whoever in front of him.
That kid is special, man.
Outstanding game today.
Kid is special, man. You know, I'm gonna stay on the D line myself. Big game today. Antonio Doyle.
I second that emotion.
Off the edge, our edge rushers are going to be critical today. I think you're going to see some those edge rushers are going to put some pressure on Jeremy Musa today. So I'm looking for Antonio Doyle, Deuce, to have a big game today. Yeah, speaking of 22, by the way, we forgot another Jackson State graduate that played at Texas A&M now, Juriente, wearing number 22. So did, man. So shout out to Juriente. playing linebacker now for Texas A&M.
Yeah,
but
we ain't missed Shane Hooks at Auburn.
Oh my goodness, Shane Hooks at Auburn. My bad. We got Tigers everywhere.
Kevin Coleman a little bit.
I mentioned Kevin Coleman. I did mention Kevin Coleman.
We all over the country, man.
Yeah, man. The team was loaded, man. The team was super duper loaded, man. I mean that. One other player that played in the SWAC, Quaydarius Davis playing with Texas Southern. He had a big game yesterday. Andrew Body was just throwing the ball up in the air. He was going to get it.
I mean,
so it just speaks to.
He's always been a tough 50-50 ball catcher.
Yeah, that kid was rated the number 8 wide receiver in the class. I want to say 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was top talent, man. So Texas.
He was rated higher than Shador.
That's true. Balled out though. So all right, let's keep rolling, man. Let's keep rolling. Who is the secret weapon on defense? I have a secret weapon, but I'm not gonna mention their name.
He's gonna remain a secret.
He's gonna remain a secret. But you will see him today. I'm just telling you, will see him today.
That's the perfect segue. I'm bringing the graph to the table with me. The FAFO. I'm bringing that graph with me because they're gonna FA and they're gonna FO.
Let's see what else we got in there. Hey, I'd like to see somebody got banned. Who is a Fabulous Fitness? Somebody got zapped. Get rid of it. No, I'm not on the whatchamacallit today. We got another one. Another one got zapped. Boy, I love seeing these goulash tickets being cashed in. Genesee and Doyle showing up big time today. That's right, Mike B. What's up, Mike Bizzle? Do we have tents for the players? We're working on that. We don't. You saw that yesterday, just like everybody else saw it yesterday, and then everybody started talking about it. No, we don't have those, but we can get anything we want. Y'all know how it goes.
They do have a tent that they use. They're not the long tent that we saw.
Not the long tent that we saw.
They have a tent they use. We actually have pool. We have pools on fans. So we have other things to help them with the to stay cool and hydrated as well.
Hey, Booker Wilson, I do think that we will have the edge rushers, Athens Smith, Tony O'Doyle, Juice Reynolds.
Athens Smith will have a big game today.
I like it. I like it. Listen, man, I'm sure Coach Bradley let the D lineman know we got to get pressure on the quarterback. We got to hit ball. 11 has to the back. Excuse me. Appreciate you. Coach Paul offense. We need K5 with another pick 6. I love it. I love it. Love it.
Hold on. Yes, I did, and it's not one else. But because we talked about this the other day, and what was told to me was a dink is like 10 yards. Last time I checked, that could not be a dink when I'm on the run. I'm throwing for a first down. So if it's 3rd and 10, I completion. That cannot be the answer of a dink and dunk.
No,
you know what I'm saying. So for everybody who can hear me, from hence and forevermore, we're gonna define what a dink and a dunk is. I never knew it was different than two. You know what I'm saying? But dinking the ball off a dunk, whatever. Is anything under 4 yards, man? Anything under 4 yards is a dink and a dunk. But you know what? Nobody ever says a dink and dunk when we run off of the screen game all day. Hey, I tell you what, who do we say is the best quarterback in black college football? Darius Richard.
Yes.
Hey man, do you know what they did in Celebration Bowl? He only had 2 long completions. You know what all the passes were?
What?
Screen game.
I thought in football, bro, you play to win.
I'm just
like Herm Edwards. You play to win the game. I don't understand all this dinking. Like, what? Who cares? Is it working?
Not because it's who's throwing.
Listen,
it's
man.
who's throwing and who he's throwing for.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I got
you.
And
again, this is no slight to Darius Richard. Great talent, outstanding talent. But what I'm saying is they didn't say he was digging and dunking because the whole game, it was screen game. Last time I checked, the screen is like 5 yards. Everything 4 yards under is a digging and dunk. So we completing 3rd and 10 all game long. They're gonna be thinking it done.
I don't even know who Health Axel is. Corey, go on ahead and zap whoever that is. Y'all, Corey's on here. He's just not on the screen. So y'all address all that to him and just highlight whoever. We get an idiot in here. We'd be more than happy to get him on out of here. I'm not gonna pay attention to it because I have to stay focused on what we're doing. And then
hold on.
He got him up out of here.
No, as you can see, I still got a little kid, so I didn't accomplish my goal. It's all good.
Hey, one thing we do love about doing this is because the haters always tend to show up. It's just when they talk. We love, so we please talk more so we can see who you are, and then we go ahead and get you on up out of there. So do us a favor when they do that.
But the other point is that they let you know that we win it, dog, because you know what I'm saying. The moment you win and got success, the hater shows up. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Hey, thank you, J Memphis 10. Hey, bro, I met J Memphis 10 last week. What's up, big dog? Yes, indeed, man. Coach said we can dig it dunk. Yeah, that's right, bro. We can dig it dunk to a victory. The objective is to have more points than the other team, you know.
No matter how you get there.
Oh my goodness. Hey, you know what's funny? But yeah, you know what, Coach, that's a good point. Shedeur did throw for 5. He threw for 4 touchdowns yesterday. But some of them were like screen passes. They weren't long passes, but they went for long. The objective is to play the game, put the defense in a tough position, and try to get to the touchdown, to the end zone. We don't really care about all that other stuff. I just think that whole conversation of the dink and dunk stuff was really to try to discredit what Jason Brown has done or what he did in the past game. And nobody wants to mention that beautiful ball that he threw to Rico in stride. And at the end of the day, the quarterback is tasked to run the offense, and he ran the offense like a well-oiled machine last week. You talk about a play. I don't care if you're playing Madden. I don't care if you're playing Super Tecmo.
Can't do it in practice.
You know how hard it is to throw for 22 straight
You can't do it in
completions?
practice.
It's tough, man.
You don't do it in practice.
It's tough. But we're talking about a real-life game where the other team is trying to stop you. But when people see somebody do something like that, the first thing that we try to do is discredit it. We're going to minimize the that's really the definition of insecurity, when you start trying to minimize something instead of, to reduce the outcome.
But hold on, I tell you what. Hey, did we have a single quarterback in conference to complete 10 straight passes? I want to bet you we did. I read my case. Do we have a single quarterback in this conference to complete 10 straight passes?
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be done with it. Let me tell you something. I've been saying this, and I don't care nothing about none of that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? We're not even going back into the other stuff. Everybody know how everything went. I have been a fan of Shedeur Sanders, bro, since literally he was a freshman.
We talked about it.
Just the thing that made it for me was that I was just shocked, because I would have never thought that he would have been in a Jackson State uniform.
Yeah.
So we didn't foresee his dad becoming the coach
at Jackson State.
So for me, I was just like, I'm such a fan of the kid. The reason I wanted that one more year, because I knew he was going to be able to graduate from Jackson State. We could have forever been like, but it still it is what it is.
I was with the record book.
That's true.
I knew.
That's true.
I told everybody that after his junior season, he will own every passing record at Jackson State. But not only that, his name in the lexicon of SWAC greats will be etched.
But one thing you did say, what thing you did say was now this young man is a record holder at Jackson State and Colorado.
First game out the grip. The first quarterback in that school's history to do what he did.
Absolutely. So we give credit where credit is due, man. Two balled out. He played well. And we want the same thing from the heir apparent, who had a great game. And I even love the love that Jason Brown was showing. He said, man, first game FBS, 500 plus yards. Man, that dude was balling, Yeah. So it was all love. To even see Coach T.C. Taylor tweeting, shouting out Travis, shouting out Shedeur. He had a chance to work with Shedeur for 2 years, even as offensive coordinator. And then seeing Travis play last year on the but one thing we did talk about, though, let's turn attention to Coach TC, and we'll focus this rest of the show. We got 10 minutes, y'all, and then we'll close it out. But we talked about just how being in that room, being a part of the staff, being a part of the team, and not just even that. Coach TC was on the staff with the previous regime before Coach Brown, Coach John Hendricks. So he's seen a lot. And he waited patiently for his time. And I think that explains the intensity. Like when somebody said, you can feel it in the handshake, he locked in. Like he's been locked in. And I think the objective today, though, make a statement. Jackson State not trying to just win today. We're trying to make a statement today.
We use a particular word. And it's per the coach. Come on, dominate.
Dominate, man.
What we're coming to do.
We're not trying to just win today. We're trying to dominate, man. We want to put greatness on display. The team is prepared, and I expect for us to go out there and put on a show. Like I said, I'm saying 41-24 because like I said, that's just it's a score prediction. We never know what's going to really happen when the game starts. We got to go watch the game, and the student athletes got to go play the game, and the coaches got to go coach the game. And then when it's all said and done, around 7:00, we'll know. We'll know who did what and what's what. And then we'll be back. Win, lose, or draw. We'll show up tonight and we'll go live and we'll talk about it. because we know if we lose, we're gonna have 1,500 people looking at us. But if we win, we might get 700, 800. You know what I'm saying? So we understand.
Huh? We're going live tonight.
Oh, without question. We'll be live as soon as the game over with, and we'll talk about it. So we'll be more than happy to break that down. But I'm excited to see Coach run out of the tunnel, man. It's going to be huge. I would say go to the Go JSU Tigers football page on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that page because you just might see a little video drop right before the show, right before the game starts. I was talking to Director of Media, Mr. Austin Robinson himself, a couple of days ago. And he said, hey, might have a little something out there for everybody, a little hype video. Might even drop a little something, beforehand. Lucy daughter on standby. Yes, sir.
I don't know how you know. But yeah, man, look.
Hey, this is a great point right there. It says Dor had 5 to 10 yards after you doing dink and dunks. He threw some beautiful balls as well, but it was a mix. And it wasn't just all dink and dunks, man. So we're not even finna entertain that. I think if we keep doing that, then what we're going to continue to do is give into the narratives that are created for the haters to have something to talk about. All that dink and dunk conversation is really so they can feel better about what they saw. Because when they I already know. Now, I got to say this because we talked about it going up the elevator yesterday. There was a particular school that really wanted Jason Brown at their school.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Yes, and boy, oh boy, let me tell you something. Oh, there you go. What's up, Coach? So listen, one thing for sure. It's clear why they wanted it.
Oh,
it's clear why they wanted it. Because when he came to a certain school on a recruiting visit, because we just different. The brother canceled his visitation. Yeah, he was like, all right, I've seen enough. I ain't going.
Yeah, because what I saw yesterday, man, they probably need some plastic.
Good gracious alive.
They can use them bigger than duck. You know what I'm saying?
Good gracious alive.
They might need some bigger than duck. You're right. They might need some thinking.
Hey, he was the best thing since sliced bread in the group chat. But as soon as he committed to Jackson State, now all of a sudden they want to turn on the kid.
Hey, matter of fact,
and he showed the receipts too.
Matter of fact, as bad as quarterback play was yesterday, I think a lot more high schools need to give quarterback they can dig it though.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I said we'll serve. We'll see who all plays when the game starts, man. We don't have an official game day roster, but we have some good ideas on. I think you're going to see some players play that you didn't expect to play, and you might not see the players that you expect to play. We just got to wait and see. We got to wait and see. The one thing we don't do is we don't ever get in front of the university or the coaches and the staff. We let them put that out there. If they want to put that out there, we'll discuss it. But if not, we'll just wait. We can see. We got what, 4 hours? 4 hours to go. We got 4 hours to go, man, and we'll all see what's going down. We'll all see what's going on. Did you see? Yes, we saw Coleman. We talked about that. You're gonna have to rewind it, and we definitely saw K3 do his thing.
Oh, and I have to say this though, just to add to that point, not to get back into it, but all the former JSU players represented themselves. Every last one of them. That's the thing about it. It wasn't, you just saw them. Every former JSU player represented themselves.
They did. Just goes to show, man. Like I said, we're rooting for them, man. We wish them well. And like I said, once a Tiger, always a Tiger. It's Tiger Talk, and it's always fun to sit back and watch. That is true. This is true. And I think the biggest story was put some respect on HBCU football. Now, yesterday wasn't a good day for the conference, except for, a few teams. We only had 3 actual conference games, today being one of them. But this is a great point. Proud of the fact that the star players CU game tested. And they saw, HBCUs has so many great talented athletes. I agree with that. A lot of talent. Somebody did ask the questions, we'll close out with this question. Did you feel like what they saw yesterday, is they're going to put what did you say? What was the question about?
It's like they're going to raid HBCUs.
For talent.
Yeah, for talent.
This is what we hope. We hope that the NFL raids HBCUs for draft picks.
Yeah.
We want to definitely send a huge shout out to Isaiah Bolden, who I know is here in Miami. We hope to get him on Tiger Talk, but we weren't able to make that happen. We'll see him today. We'll get some clips for you guys. we'll slap a microphone on him and grab a little something when we see him on the sidelines at some point today. Also, Aubrey's been around the team.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be with the team and around the team today, and that'll be fun to see. So we'll try to get as much as we can. Hopefully, somebody picks up Aubrey. I mean, Aubrey's a great player, and hopefully, we'll see him on the roster somewhere sometime soon, man. So whoever picks him up, they're getting a dog, man. They're getting a dog.
But just after that point about getting rated, no, we won't get rated. It's not in my opinion. It won't happen because remember, we have perceived bad talent at the HBCU level. We just got the talent trying to prove themselves. So guess what? If they already have the perceived better talent, if they can't get everything, you can't get everything. So what we have, if it's perceived less than, then guess what? Isn't that the main reason how the portal's working?
Yeah.
So that means only thing they're gonna do, or we're just gonna swap talent. You see what I'm saying? So no, we're not gonna get rated. What it comes down to, we have to understand when it's like I can kind of attribute it to like Black America in a sense. When you've done without for so long, you can do, you know what I'm saying, amazing things with just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine if you got what you're supposed to get.
I agree. Well, any more questions, y'all? We got a few minutes before we get out of here. A couple of housekeeping things. I'll throw this back up. We appreciate all the support. If you'd like to donate to the platform, you can do it at Cash App at Tiger Talk 1400 or PayPal.me/Tiger Talk 1400. It all helps the cause. All donations are used for the platform and the growth of this platform. We put a lot of miles, a lot of frequent flyer miles, a lot of miles on, a whole lot of everything to make this happen. But can't stop, won't stop, man. We just getting started. We on the first level of a big building that we climbing with the platform. We asked you guys, we got 525 watching us. Go ahead and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the Facebook page. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, IG. You're always going to get the latest and greatest from all sports, Jackson State, not just football, every single sport, every single important event to keep up with our Tigers. That's what we do. It's Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club podcast. My name's Ken Clark, Zoe Phillips. You have D. Corey C. and a whole host of others that are part of this platform that keeps it rocking and rolling and keeps it going strong. Again, this is our week 1 live show before game day preview show. And we will be back next week. We're going to be in BR, bro.
Yes, sir.
Talking about the same old Tigers. Same old. And the expectation is next week when we show up, we be
2-0.
2-0. Going down on the
conference.
There it is. So if y'all don't have anything else, man, we're going to get ready to close this thing out. Let's see, Ezra Keller, JSU Homecoming and Angel, some of their biggest turnouts too. And this year will be too. We're going where's Nook, aka Country Keep Sweat. Somebody asked for you, man. Miss Chocolate asked for you. Chocolate is asking about chocolate. Come on around. And so I'm gonna give y'all a Nook cameo, man. Since she asked for it, say, "Where's Nook, aka Country Keep Sweat?" All right, everybody, man. We appreciate the support. Always working in the background, making sure we do what we do. Like I said, thank you everybody for tuned in this live show. Like I said, I love Go Tigers, man. We'll see you guys on the post-game recap. Feel free to tune in, and we'll see you soon.
Hey,
I love Go Tigers, baby.